There we go. Hey everybody, my name is Kalle Slaap, watchmaker from the Netherlands. I just clicked the screen away. Didn't see it. So, another Tuesday, another live stream. And there we are. So, all set. Now I don't. There we are. So, there we are. Yeah, all set. Finally. Well, today, well, my name is Kalle Slaap, watchmaker from the Netherlands. And here, the lovely Seiko. Handbound, very thin, probably mid-60s. So, we'll have a go. Finger cuts all set. And then coffee is just about there. What can go wrong? Hey everybody, Rob, leuk dat je bij bent. Ulrike, Ian. So, and there, Tommy Khan, Martin. Chronogliders, yeah. Edwin, leuk man. Jason. Low Kiwi. There we are. Oh, Elena. Kilian. Leuk. All set. So, cheers everybody. There we go. Southern California. Steve, cool. Carl Magnus, nice. Justin. About halfway through the Watchmaking Explained. I'm new at the craft and the book has been tremendous. Oh, thank you so much, Justin. There's a small blip with the QR codes, but we're working on it. It's a software change. Fairlisle, Scotland, Bruce. A non-runner. It is a non-runner. Presumably, we'll have a look. But I find something interesting about this caliber 66. Wales and Texas, well, everybody's there. Just why not finish it? Okay. There it is. Seiko 17 jewel. And especially in the mid-60s. It was a real competitor, especially for budget-wise, for just the normal hand-bound movements. So yeah, let's have a look. Well, elegant it is. It really is. And if I'm not mistaken, this is one of the more Swiss Seikos for build-up and stuff like that. Let's have a look there. The pushpin is a bit difficult. Not much pushpin left on this side, that side. We'll have a look. If you just joined, well, my name is Kalle Slaap, watchmaker from the Netherlands, and we do this live stream every single week for over 9 years now. It is over 9 years. Yeah, the pushpin. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Just releasing the pushpin. Yeah. How hard can it be? Well. Here. It is an. I don't think it's an original strap. Oh, it's German. They're adjustable and verstelbaar. So probably if you just push it. That's a nice concept. Here with just the spring inside And there, the hooks. So it's on the smallest now. If you push it there, it is adjustable. Lovely simple solution. Does it still work? Or maybe that a slide over there. You would think it isn't catching now, is it? Yeah. Nice. Well, it's probably hasn't been changed for so many years. And after ultrasonic bath, which it needs. Yeah. No wonder the push pins are a bit stuck. There. Even there's a small. Oh, it's lovely. It's such small details. I just saw the small spring there in the clasp, and even there it is. And there. So easy fit. It's a lovely little clasp. I have to admit, I thought it was a bit simple. That's not a push pin. Yeah. I do have to work on the original push pins. If they work. Well. Kom op. Otherwise it would be a very short stream today. Well, there we go. That is very stuck and horrible. Oh well. Let's see here. When it came in, I thought it was different than all the Seikos we do. Just the Hattori code, which is this. It's slightly different. Normal, it is 6 digits and then a stripe and then... 4 digit stripe, 4 digits. The first 4 are the movement, which is 66, so that is okay. And this is the case number. So you already know from this code what the standard movement should be, and the case number for easy access to 2 parts. And then here, I'm not sure because this is mid-60s, but usually this is the serial number, but there's a code as well, which is in the book Watchmaking Explained. This is the second digit of the year. So this might be 62 or 72. They thought at Seiko, well, of course, you know, every 10 years the models are so different. Of course, you know, if it's 62 or 72. And here the 6 is the month. So it's June. Probably June 62. Hey, hi there, Juan. Well, congratulations, Juan. With a well-deserved World Cup. And this is then the normal standard number. Then the construction of the case. Well, there is a case back with there a small indentation for the bench knife, and there. And this is probably the lunette bezel, but the case back is smaller than the dial, so it has to come out from the front. You see, simply the diameter of the dial is larger than the space at the back, so it comes out from the front. So I first take out the case back, so the dial and the movement is still protected by the lunette, and afterwards, when I finish that, I open this one. So, hey Mark, hi there. So, I did some homework for the Movement 66, and I think I've got a surprise for you in a moment. It's not a cliffhanger. I'm actually going to show you in a moment. Do not wiggle too much. Just use the width of your knife to push it open. There. Oh, there. Basic, but that's okay. But here is a lovely, intriguing movement. Oh, sorry, it's the lighting is a bit different and off. Here, the reflection is a bit. It is just simple, basic, but 17 joules. That was the higher level of movements. And then I thought, well, let's do some homework. And this is the interesting bit, and again, no cliffhanger. Here, it's the caliber 66A. Okay, 66A. But then, we have all these watch parts catalog, and I thought, well, let's have a look. Why not? Let's do some homework, take streaming seriously. And here, the first thing I found was, can I show you it like this? At the, no, do it like this. On the camera, hopefully better. Yeah. Whoops. Here. I opened, and first came 66B. So I did what every sane people do. First 66B, and then 66A. So I blamed every single one who ever stepped into the workshop, and I thought I just did the wrong. Well, put it back the wrong way. First B and then A. So I blamed Chris. Rot Chris. He's the last in. He's to blame. But then I saw, and that was, well, for no biggie, but for me quite interesting. Here. 66B. Okay, sportsman and all this. But then 66A, base caliber 66B. Now that is interesting. And here, these are the only parts original for a 66A, and all the other parts there, the original base model, is 66B. So B predates A. And you can say, so what? And you're right. But for interchangeability, and when you think replacing parts, we know that the center wheel, sweep second wheel, even the bridge, which is a 3/4 plate here, and cannon pinion, winding, and even all these parts aren't interchangeable with the 66B, which is the base model. So if you're replacing parts, this is really important. Especially when you think, well, the A is the base model. It isn't. So, any questions? You know the movement. Oh, Elder, yeah. You blamed everybody but yourself. Of course. So, there. No signal. Hoezo no signal? No, don't do this. Don't do this too. Not now. Kom op. Kom op. Kom op. Ja, oh. Het USB-apparaat wordt niet herkend. Hoezo? Yeah, working on it. Time for a restart probably is. Oh, sorry about that. Die doet het goed. Die doet het goed. Die doet het goed. Die dus niet. One more. I think I can do. No, okay. No signal usually is not an... Ah, look at that. There we go. So we can continue. The camera is reacting differently to the light source, strangely enough. Oh well, we'll get there. So, Seiko. Let's do it like this. Harder for me because I don't see too much contrast through my microscope, but we'll get there. Not the first movement we do. What do we see? Still think. Is that better? Yeah, it is. Let's do it like this. It is an extreme flat movement. And that we see. And in a strange way, even though it's Seiko, it is... My first impression was, well, a bit of luxury item from the 60s with, well, the finishing. And here, just a lovely design of the click. So incredibly thin underneath the ratchet wheel there. and just a spring action. And it's just different than the usual Seikos. And not just because there isn't an automatic module on top. And here you see that the case screws are over the edge there. So as we thought already, it comes out from the front. But it's just doesn't look cheap. There, with the Diafix. Here's the shock system. And that is just a capstone for the escape wheel. To reduce end shake. And keep the oil centered. Just a lovely solution. So it's not real high-end, high horology, but still, well, quality. I wanted to do this with an oiler, but because it's so flat, I do it with plastic now, so don't make any marks here on that plate. Did that tooth look a bit different? Is it just a bit of... Is it just a bit of rust, or is it slightly bent? Might be just rust. I thought it was a slight bit off. Downwards. Well, the depth is okay. There is some, even with the reflection of the light, do you see that? That there is some wear there underneath. If we clean it, we see it a bit better. If you just put anglage on the bridge, it would look spectacular. There is a bit of white, well, haze over it. That might be a bit of moisture. Try to do one side of the screw. There. See the difference? So there's what some moisture, sediment on top of that screw. Hey, but these lines are so crisp. It doesn't look like a cheap watch for me. Then. So, powers of the mainspring. Just to be sure, remove the ratchet wheel. I'd love to see what underneath that ratchet. Okay, oh, here. I was looking for a chance to scoop underneath, but the light is on a bare minimum now. Here I can go underneath and just lift it up slightly. There. Edward! Oh, thank you so much. That's so nice. You send an extra membership. Oh, lovely. Kees, dat is echt leuk. Lovely, Edward, thank you. I have to concentrate on that tiny little spring. Hoe ga ik hem pakken? Ja. Let's do it like this. The tension is here on the inside now, so it's still, there it is. There it is. Is it so reflective on your side as well? Or is it just me with the setting here in the software? This camera on the microscope just seems very light and reflective. So. There. Lovely. There. See the construction of this. I just love to see the mill procedure of this part. Even this looks a bit more high-end than the standard Seiko. I'll tell you why. I'll show you. It's just a feel, but still. There. This is the click. And why it feels more Swiss than Oriental. This is a click and just a piece of metal with there a small corner, so it clicks between the teeth of the ratchet wheel. So far so good here. There, goes in between from the other side there. But any other Seiko will have just a flat piece of metal and just bend it around like this. But this piece is maybe more pressed. It's not milled out like the Swiss, but it isn't bent over and or bent. And here it just seems different. The production there. And that's why my first initial thoughts, it is a bit more, well, high-end. And even this. Later Seikos are so much more crude in the production process. Just love this. Well, let's check the play in the main barrel. Even kijken of er nog ergens een mesje hebben. hardly any play, and that is suspicious as well. I think because of the huge build-up around the arbor, that it just can't move. And if you put it through the cleaning machine, there is loads of play. Here. This is just very old lubrication here. Supposed to be grease. And before you say, well, it's black, so it's probably graphite grease from the automatic main barrel, but it's a hand wound, so that does make sense. So, power from the mainspring, release the crown. Yeah. For me, it's still, even the angles and how it's made, more high-end than the usual. Ratchet wheel off, click spring, and winding stem is gone. So now I'm gonna remove that one, and then the movement is lying in the lunette bezel. Or is it... Shall I do that first? Yeah. Yeah, less messy. There. But I leave it's open now. But I leave it in place, so it's protecting the dial. But then it's so much easier to remove the case in a moment. There. So for next Tuesday, I'll be in Germany and hopefully do a live stream from there. Doing a special course on microceramics at de Hogeschool van Trier. High Schule. Yeah. There we go. There. Easy to remove the case. There. So I'll try to do some streaming live from Germany. So there definitely will be a stream. There. And the ceramic, microceramics course is especially for the guilloche dials we're gonna make. Or we are making. because the dials are okay, but then literally the finishing and the sealing off of the silver and brass. There. Well, completely flat movement. So there are the dial feed screws. Now I can leave it flat and remove the hands. Yeah. And there. Where is there is? Oh. So, who is offering the class? A teacher from the Baltic states? Is it Lithuania? I think it's Lithuania. Or Latvia. Could be Latvia. No, I'll have a look. Latvia, Lithuania. Two completely different countries. I'm quite aware. I crossed them both completely. But I'm just not sure where she's from. But I'm aware of the differences. There. And the dial. There. Well, there. If we have a look at this, you can see the dial is not from the 70s because of the production process. You see here on the sides is a bit more crude. Do you see the reflection? And the varnish is thicker. Jewels. Yeah, lovely. And now this side. Hey. Oh well. Do you see what I mean with basic Seiko and a bit more refined? This side is just industrial and a bit more budget. Nothing wrong with that, because that was the philosophy. We don't finish too much, and that makes our, as Seiko, our timepieces affordable. Fair enough. Finishing does nothing for accuracy. But then the other side does look nice. And then especially the... because I'm writing now about cutting wheels and the Evolvente teething there. And this just looks crude in a watch. It is functional because it's a driven wheel and doesn't take too much force. But still, it does look crude this teething here. No setting lever spring. What is going on there? The lighting from the camera, maybe because we just restarted the camera, is just slightly off. What you see on your screen isn't the same I see through my microscope. But we definitely can say that it's been an incredible long time since I've seen some maintenance. Do you see the brownish ring about around the pivot in the center? There. That is just completely dried up and then crumbly oil. 1962, yeah. Oh, Seiko, of course. This is your field of expertise. Yeah. Now it looks like a Seiko, yeah. Yeah, it's so such a difference between the balance side and the dial side. But then again, it still is with Grand Seiko. I love the brand, but especially with Grand Seiko and with those prices, everything inside is absolutely perfect. And then one layer down for a watchmaker, it could be more perfect. And with those prices, every layer, every part has to be spot on. And with Grand Seiko, it isn't. Okay. Let's do it like this and remove the cannon pinion. Just some stretchy latex over the complete movement, and then there. And there is the cannon pinion, which isn't interchangeable with the 66B. And there, the extra long sweep second pinion. Hey, Happy Badger! Oh, again, so nice. You just gave 5 memberships. Oh, that is lovely. Again, thank you so much. Really nice. Continue on the balance side. Such a difference. Such a difference. Well, remove the balance wheel. Why not? And we're not the first. Oh, sorry. There. Here. Somebody was at it before. Just over there. Do you see that? Slight different. There it is. Slight different in reflection. Yeah. Okay. How do we lift up? Yeah. Again, the philosophy of Seiko. It's in all the tiny details. Any Swiss brand, yeah, why not? Let's. This is very oversimplified and black and white, but why not? Any other brand would have made a small indentation here, a small recess, and then you can lift the balance cock for maintenance. But again, the philosophy of Seiko was you're not gonna do maintenance on the movement anyway, because after 5, 6, 7 years people gonna throw away their watch, buy a new one because they are affordable. So we're not gonna focus too much on how easy to maintain a movement is, because nobody would ever think people would wear these Seikos. Please don't get me wrong, and this is very important. They were, for the time, excellent watches. Affordable because of the lack of finishing and the very clever design of the movements, but never made for maintenance, or maybe for 15 years, but then that was perfect from Seiko. They guaranteed parts for at least 15 years. And after that, who in the right mind is going to wear a vintage Seiko? Well, millions of people, including myself, my dad, and many others. Here the basic finishing on one side and absolutely nothing underneath. And now the 3/4 plate. Just like glashütte. Another testament for the less likability of surfacing the movement. There. Still wondering about the main barrel. Yeah. The white stuff is moisture, and the black stuff is incredibly old grease. So here the sweep center wheel, which is different from the 66B. Is there an... That's crude. Unusual. There. That is unusual in watchmaking. Okay, if it is just as a bearing, make it ruby. Ruby was completely affordable and available even in the mid-60s. But just a ring that is underachieving. Especially here with the design of this plate. It's just to cover this hole here. It is incredibly sticky. And the pivots are okay, luckily. Then there. I just love the mindset, especially here in the mid-60s, but earlier on, I've got pocket watches from Seiko Sha, which were incredibly Swiss in how they made the parts. I made a special about it here on our YouTube channel, Chronoglide. If you look for Seiko special, you probably find it. The way they made the parts with the Seiko Sha pocket watches was incredibly, completely Swiss. In the finishing, in the production, you could see it's slightly different. So I presume it was produced by themselves. But just a slightly different way. And afterwards, I've got one of the first wristwatches, I think here as well, somewhere. And that was completely the modern Seiko way. And you can only applaud the different way of thinking. Complete different philosophy. We make it affordable, we make it mass produced, and yeah. Let's open it, why not? Let's have a look. The different materials is, well, that this brass isn't nickel plated. It's a bit strange. still bacon. The 66A have the washer. This is the 66A, isn't it? Or B? Or A? Or B? This is the A. Yeah. So the A has got the washer. Let's open this one. Well, sometimes you're just lucky. The arbor. And there. Looks very dry, but still. I'll take out the spring before the cleaning machine, of course. Oh, look at that, Steve Miller. I always learn something when I watch you take a movement apart. It's so helpful. Oh, thank you so much. That is so kind. Lovely. Thank you. Excellent, Steve. So generous. Cheers. So. Here, and this is just so coarse. Just stamped out. But then for functionality, accuracy, at the time, the ruby in the center, the 17 jewels, was a real sign of, well, accuracy and quality. Yeah. Coffee time, Rob. Rob. Kijk. Daarom ben ik zo blij dat je kijkt. I was completely enthralled with the movement. Because it's so different. And I know some colleagues say, are you still working on Seikos? But still, it is like, well, if you like, why not? Throw it out. It's more like the essence of horology for me than some incredibly high-end movement with all the complications and worth more than I will ever afford. But yeah, this is the essence. And just lovely to work on. And even more important, because me working on a watch isn't that important, the watch is of huge emotional value for the client, especially with this bracelet. So it has to run perfectly and look stunning. So I will clean it, and of course it will run, well, of course it will run perfectly and make the client happy, and that is why we work on it. Yeah. And still it is important not to leave any marks or make any scratches, of course. No difference. Yeah. because it's now completely flat, I opt for a different cushion just to see. And this plate is intriguing. It's just different. This top plate here. And it's mostly because it's just a curved dial. Here slightly raised. And again, such a difference between the dial side and the balance side. Such a short screw. Look at this. Just a few windings. And the other one. There. They are tiny. Here just a pressed out plate. That's why I was slightly surprised with the click spring. I didn't expect to be a spring, a loose spring there, because the Seiko philosophy, especially with this yoke here, the yoke and the spring are just one item there. There's the yoke, and here's the spring action. It's so economical. Just like this. Here being hollow. And there this kind of pivot. It is, well, functional and for longevity. Yeah. Such a simple design. With just a setting lever. No setting lever spring. Don't you think it's just clever, this? Just design-wise. They skipped an... yeah. So the setting lever... No setting lever spring. And that is just completely in the yoke. And just a plate on top, and that's it. With a nice inspection hole, but still. It's so economical, but you can see it as less possible defects. Easier to produce, less parts, affordable, but still yeah, good in use. Reliable, that's the word I was looking for. Affordable but reliable. Yeah. Lovely simple design. But there's elegance in that simplicity. I really do mean that. Yeah, so well, then no black polish on the screw. Yeah, well, if you like to pay for it. So here, simple parts, but reliable. Lovely, lovely. Oh, And that plate I just removed. It's clever. It is clever. There. That is the spring for the setting lever as well. Not just the pivot there, but spring action as well, because there's no setting lever screw. So there's a double function for this plate which I'm holding as well. And that is clever. Maybe, that is a lovely thought. Why not? Ooh. Ping. Maybe for a finishing course that we have simple Seiko movements and finish them the Swiss way. Real high-end black polish. It's doable with all these parts. Lovely anglage. And then with the... and not too many parts. So incredibly doable. I would love to do a high-end finishing project on a basic Seiko movement. Yeah. And even at home, if you want to learn to make a skeleton movement, these are perfect. Less parts. Yeah, why not? Love to do that. Well, when the training is finished, and the Chronoglide Academy, we make some huge steps this week with the Chronoglide Academy and the writing of it and the software and the design. It's getting close now, and I am convinced that is the most complete watchmaker. Well, not just training, but course. How do you call it? Watchmaking, yeah, the complete study. Yeah, that is taking so much time, day and night, but it is going to be top-notch. Distance learning, why not? So, that's it. Oh, Elder, thank you so much. If you enjoyed the stream, please hit the like button. Lovely little movement this. Not just another Seiko. Lovely, tiny design and elegance in there. Simplicity, but well done. Next week, live from Germany. Near Trier, next to Luxembourg, for the microceramics course, and I'll tell you all about it. Maybe on site, and maybe a special guest you've seen before. Please hit the like button if you like the stream, and hope to see you next week for live from Germany, from the microceramics course. All of you, thank you so much for your attention, and